Ka-chow! What's up, guys? Jeff here, Mad Hatter's Reef, and if you have not, if you watch this channel and you've gotten something out of it and you are back again, hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed, because it helps me out. It helps get the channel a little boost and keeps me motivated to keep making videos. So today we're going to be taking a look at fragging zoanthids and how I go about doing it, so let's jump into it. So one thing that I'm going to do before I do anything is clean the lenses on my safety glasses, because it has been my personal experience that if I can't see what I'm doing, I'm going to put them up on my head and then I'm going to get squirt in the eye. So we're trying to avoid squirt in the eye. So clean your glasses before you use them. Alright, so I do have my zoanthids on a grow out tile. Tiles are pretty useful, especially when you're trying to grow stuff out. I basically use them to like put a frag on there, or like the top of a frag plug, and then I just kind of set it and forget it. Let it go for 3 months, 6 months. Then usually the zoanthids will overtake the tile. This tile has a number of different things going on. It has 2 different types of zoanthids, some utter chaos, and then a toadstool. So we're going to be making up a whole bunch of stuff here. But with that, we're probably going to be using a little bit bigger of a rack. I never throw this stuff out. I always keep it kicking around. I got a little mini version of this, and I usually prop the rack up when I am using plugs. So we're going to do a combination of plugs and discs today with what we got going on in this plug. Not really sure how many frags I'm actually going to get out of this, but I'm going to prep probably about 20, 10 discs and 10 plugs, and then we'll see what we're left with. Zoanthids, you don't necessarily need to have the glue set up a little bit before, like we've shown in the previous videos where we were gluing stuff that is standing upright. So we're going to get some discs going and some plugs and let the glue set up a little bit, and then we'll start chopping this up as soon as we are letting that set up. Alright, so there's going to be some products that I use in this video that I'm not going to go into great detail because I've covered them already in the last couple of videos that I've done. So if you want to learn more about those products, check those videos out. There's going to be links in the description below. Alright, so now that we have our discs laid out and pre-glued, not necessarily that necessary for zoanthids, we're going to go ahead and let this guy set up a little bit, and while we're working on what we have here on this grow tile. So we're kind of situated here. We got our cutters, we got our gloves on, dropping our safety glasses down, glue just in case we need it. So now we're going to start working on this tile here. And these tiles, there's a couple different brands out there. I don't really want to hold that out of the water and talk. There's a couple of brands of these tiles out there. I'll put a link in the description for the one that this is. They're pretty useful, especially if you're trying to start to propagate corals and grow them out and trying to make a little bit of coin off your coral that you have on hand. And we're going to kind of get into how easy they are to cut with the Aquafarms, Boston Aquafarms bone cutters. So we're going to try to break this up into as many pieces as we possibly can. We're going to separate the toadstool and the utter chaos first, get them hunkered down, and then start busting up, which is a zoanthid that I call solar flares, and then we got some eagle eyes. And I'm going to try to split these out of chaos right down the middle, so we can get 2 of them, just like that, just like that. Where there was 1, now there is 2. Get our waste out of the way. Now we're going to go after that toadstool. Just kind of got itself wrapped around the tile. Looks like it was trying to run away from the light. Try to clean this up a little bit, and we're going to give this guy, since he's a little bit bigger and hopefully will grow a little bit bigger, a disc all to himself. So now we're going to go have a field day with the rest of this tile. I do want to check, make sure there's nothing. We're casting aside. Good deal. Alright, so first I'm going to separate the two different colonies, and then I'm just going to go and chop out. It looks like some of these eagle eyes are kind of dying off a little bit. That might be because that they were getting, they had like something on top of them. So I'm going to try to save them, see what we can do with them. But I am going to try to bust this up as much as I possibly can. And something else to consider is like, alright, so you have your tile, you know, it's been going for about 6 months. You know, obviously at this point it would be a good idea to restart some new tiles. I don't have any on hand today. I am waiting on a shipment of these to come in for myself, but it would be good to restart tiles from what you have here. So you get your frags, and then from there you're restarting new tiles. So this might get a little crazy. Save that little guy. I'm going to try to work through these bits and kind of get them moved off to the side so nothing really gets lost and we stay somewhat organized. I am going to need way more plugs than I got ready. That's not a big deal though. You are going to damage some zoanthids. It's been my experience, like that right there, that's one zoanthid kind of hanging on. It's been my experience that usually when you damage a zoanthid, it promotes like a healing response, and it actually can make them grow a little bit faster. So fragging your corals, you might find that they grow a little bit quicker in response to that. Check this, nothing there. We got a little guy right there. Nip this off. Nip that. Let me go and grab that coral before I lose it. I'm not a real big fan of like one polyp frags, but they do grow as time goes on. I might mount this one, might hit plug our disc with a little bit more glue and mount this one standing up, because we do have some zoanthid there that is like standing vertical. I'd rather not glue them down. I do that on occasion. I find that they grow actually pretty good when you do that as well. All I'm doing is like looking for lines of separation where I can actually get a cut to go through the tile and separate, you know, different zoanthids. As they grow, they'll kind of do that naturally, especially if they're trying to grow really fast and kind of populate an area. So a couple of these that I had sitting out for a little bit, I'm going to move. Zoanthids can sit out for a while. It's not a big deal. They experience low tide all the time. But I do like the baby my more expensive ones for sure. Most of the disc ones will end up being for store use. The plugs will probably use for online. And if you guys are interested in picking up any corals, I will put a link in the description below where you can pick up some of the corals that we're fragging today, or some of the ones that we already have aquacultured. Now we're getting into the eagle eyes. I am going to take this plug that was of the solar flares, and I might try to salvage, you know, a piece of that disc, and then see if we can get a little bit more growth out on that. Now we're starting to cut into these eagle eyes. I'm going to separate these ones that are kind of not doing great, and I'm just going to leave them on this tile, and I'll throw them in the tank that's behind us. Zoanthids seem to do really well in there, so we'll see if we can get them to turn around at all. That was a perfect cut. Exactly what I was looking for. Neither of these Zoanthids are like super expensive, high dollar. They're good bread and butter. Zoe for sure. So we're gonna probably work through those two pieces. Might cut this down a little bit more. There's only one Zoanthid. Another one polyp Zoe. That's cool. Probably let that one grow out a little bit before we sell it. Starting to run out of plugs here. Well, actually, I have ran out of plugs, so might have to have a quick little glue session, but we'll see how many pieces we got left here.
Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to dive a little bit deeper into the subject of zoanthids, check this video out. I'll see you over there.